Alright, so this morning I'm going to go off Pensacola Beach. I'm going to try to catch a King Mackerel and maybe, whatever else is floating around out there. So I had to make a stop and get some sabiki rigs for some to catch live bait. I've got my coffee. It's a beautiful morning, a little bit of clouds in the sky. According to the surf report, there's supposed to be no swells. It's supposed to be pretty flat. So, gonna give it a whirl, see how it goes. Check back later. So when I get out to the beach this morning, I look out and I can see that there's just a few breakers close inshore, but everything offshore looks really nice. I'd seen some bait pods and everything, and I figured that it was time to launch. You can see right here that I started to have a little bit of a problem getting through. I was stopping because I actually had a hook in my shorts, and I was trying not to get it in my leg. Once I made it through, I could reach down and get it pulled out of my shorts, and then it was off looking for bait. I spot my first bait pod no more than probably 3 minutes after being in the water, and started throwing a sabiki rig at it to see what I could catch. I hook up pretty much on my first toss and catch one little cigar minnow. From then on, I just started casting and chasing this bait pod, and I ended up catching a little over a dozen live baits before I decided to go off and chase the fish. Right about here is when my rod goes crazy. I'd already had a few knockdowns and a few strikes, but nothing held on. So I grabbed this one, start reeling, and start fighting. I tried to do some switch over to the front camera on the retrieval footage, but for some reason all the footage of my front camera came out like crap. The lens was all covered with salt water from going through the surf, so I didn't really get any good footage, so I apologize for that. But this is some of the fish underwater, and you can still see all those big jellyfish down there. More on that in a little while. So after getting the kayak out of the water and getting it pulled up the beach, it was time to get everything unloaded and put in the back of the truck and head home. All in all, it was a good day on the water. I had a blast, and I hope you guys stick around and watch the next one. All right, got out and actually got on the water this morning. Did fairly well. Caught a bunch of Spanish mackerel. Kept two, and lost a big old king. I bet he was probably at least 35 inches next to the boat. I think I got a couple of the Spanish on film. I even tried to get a turtle and some dolphin that were splashing around. I don't know if I got my camera on in time. I got to go home and take a look at the footage. But I know I did there were big giant jellyfish everywhere. Everywhere. If today would have been a day that you fell out of your kayak, you would have got stung. There were so many of them that the slime, like you'd reel in your line after trolling, and the slime would be on the line. Like you didn't want to touch it or anything because you didn't know if it was like tentacles or if it would still shock you. Or it was disgusting, disgusting. But got a couple fish, so I'm gonna probably have one for dinner tonight, and then I'll smoke up the other one, the bigger one, and turn it into some dip, maybe some King or Spanish Mackerel salad or something, to put on sandwiches or salads or whatever. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and if you do, like and subscribe and share and spread it all around.